Mark chapter 11. This is the third and final fig tree passage of Israel. Let's go to Mark chapter 11 and find out what happened. And guess what, friends? This is 1 year later than what we just read there in Luke 13. Mark 11. Let's start with verse 12. And on the morrow, when they were come from Bethany, he was hungry. And seeing a fig tree afar off, having what? Having leaves. Now, friends, in Israel, the fig tree sprouts the fruit. This is how a fig tree grows. It sprouts the fruit, and then afterward, the leaves come out. So the fruit comes first, and then, friends, when the fruit is ripe, the leaves come out, and the leaves coming out, it announces, that's the sign how you can tell that the tree has fruit and it's ready to be, you can eat from it. So if the tree has leaves, because verse 13 says that Jesus seeing a fig tree afar off having leaves, so if this fig tree has leaves that he's looking at, then it must have fruit because the leaves announce that the tree has fruit, right? Well, let's keep reading. Verse 13, and seeing a fig tree afar off having leaves, he came, if haply he might find anything thereon. And when he came to it, he found nothing but leaves. Any fruit? Well, if it says nothing but leaves, that means it had no fruit. Remember, friends, this is happening the last week before the crucifixion. It says he found nothing but leaves, for the time, or that means, or the season of figs was not yet. Now, what that means is that this means it was a fig tree out of season. The other fig trees in the orchard were bare, but this fig tree was bearing leaves before all the others. Now, why would that be? Well, did the Jewish nation receive many privileges the other nations did not receive? So, they did, didn't they? So did God expect them to bear fruit before all the others? Well, no doubt. But now notice what Jesus says in this next verse. Verse 14. It says, and Jesus answered and said unto it, no man eat fruit of thee hereafter. For how long? Forever. And his disciples heard it. Again, friends, what does the fig tree represent? It's the nation of Israel. And what did Jesus himself just say? No man will eat fruit of this tree, meaning the nation of Israel, from this point on forever, he says. Now, I like how the New King James Version says it. It actually words it like this. It says, in response, Jesus said to it, let no one eat fruit from you ever again. In other words, friends, that's it. According to Jesus, he says it's over. But now notice verse 20. Friend, this is very significant. Friends, I'm telling you, you need to explain this stuff to Protestants, because they are messed up when it comes to Israel. And from that being messed up on that one point, they're looking to the Middle East, while the Antichrist is here in the West, working with the United States, getting ready to bring the mark of the beast, and they're going to be unprepared. So notice verse 20 here. This is significant. And in the morning, as they passed by, they saw the fig tree. What was wrong with it? Look, dried up from the roots. Now let me ask you, what happens when a tree dries up from the roots? Is it coming back? Can it even come back? Friends, that means that's it. There's no coming back once the roots are dried up and dead. If a few branches or leaves were, rotted away, the tree can still be saved. But once roots are dried up and gone, that is it. There's no more. And then look at verse 21. This is again significant. And Peter, calling to remembrance, saith unto him, Master, behold, the fig tree which thou cursed is withered away. So this means if it is now cursed, it must have been what before? Blessed. Why was the blessing removed? Because they did not and would not bear fruit. Now remember this word fruit, friends, because it's very significant.